Well, pup, what are we going to do today? What are we going to do today? Let's do some brakes. Probably get that rad in. Yeah, let's start with the brakes. Those are fine. I'm going to pop all the springs and see what the wheel cylinders look like inside. We're going to do the brakes. Then we'll take that carb apart, see how bad it is. Maybe get the rad in? I don't know. One thing at a time. Let's do the brakes first. Well, kind of went unconventional, and I pulled the master apart in the car, mostly because I didn't want to undo the pedals, but I don't know if that made more work or less work for me. I mean, half the stuff you had to take off anyway, so I don't know. I don't know if I won or not with that one, but for the most part, other than the wheel cylinders look okay, they look like they're going to be buildable. We'll find out when we run the hone through. That one looks pretty pitted. Well, it just feels like gunk in it because the wheel cylinders and stuff, like these always clean up nice. You just take a sandpaper, like some 320 or emery cloth, or do something. This stuff all scuffs up. These are the cups are the only thing you got to check. Make sure they're not all tattered. So I'll clean these up, see if it's the edge of it that really matters, but we'll see if they leak. It's kind of weird. You can't get rebuilds for a Chevy, but you can get rebuilds for a Pontiac. Weird. Don't know why. But I had to get them apart so I could see what size the cups were. So I'm gonna first try and take these all apart, or clean these all up and see if we get any leaks. If it works, the back's probably gonna be the easiest because there's even some fluid in there and they actually feel all clean. So we're just gonna clean the system out, or clean. So you can see these ones, these were the smaller ones. I wouldn't have thought. Oh no, they're 1 1/8. I think it says 1 1/8. I have a few options. Weird. But if you're on Rock Auto, mental note, if you have a Chevy and you're trying to do it, there's going to show no parts, just new wheel cylinders. But if you look at a Pontiac, apparently you can get rebuilds for everything. So, interesting fact. Anyways, I'm going to go in for supper. But when I come out, I'm going to go hone all these things out, clean everything up, and see if we can get some brakes tonight. That would be very cool. So these cleaned up super nice. It's a few little pits. So I guess we won't know till we actually try if it's bad. And then you'll probably see me always scuffing all these things. So I just grabbed some emery cloth and I'm just cleaning the scuzz off of these. I don't know what you call these things. They push the rubbers out. I want to just get them cleaned up a bit, just so you don't have they don't hang up. You can buy new wheel cylinders, but well, I'm working on it today. If I was to order it, it'll be about 4 or 5 days. So I have nothing else to do. I may as well see if I can rebuild these things. And well, if there's a slight chance I can rebuild them, the rebuild kits are cheap. They're only like $3 or $4. If you can get them, a wheel cylinder is like $30 or $40. And if I was to buy them up here, they're probably close to $100 a piece if I was to get them locally. So, yeah, I guess I'm being a cheap ass, but I don't see the point in replacing something if it doesn't need to be replaced. And I don't mind putting the elbow grease into making them better. So now these are the cups. I know I was kind of showing you up close everything about it before, but they're still pliable, like they're not hard or anything. So I don't know, there's no reason not to use it. I basically just cleaning the crap out of them. So I'm just soaking them and I'm just getting all of the garbage off of it. And like they're cleaning up okay. Like there's like weird stuff, but that doesn't affect anything. The big thing I find you gotta watch is the very edge of everything. If there's like a cut or a tear, see the lip is like just mint, cherry. So this one's good. And we'll see. That one looked bad, but once I sprayed some juice on it, she looks good again. Something didn't work out right yet. There we go. I don't know. That's the nice part with this old stuff. You can actually rebuild it. Compared to the new stuff, it's just all throw it away. Just such a wasteful world we're in here. But like, I don't know, there's just the slightest, I don't know, should be okay. We'll find out. That's all you can do, right? Either it's gonna work or it won't. So usually before you put these together, you should lube them up a little bit. I'm just using, well, brake fluid. So I kind of hit that with some brake fluid. You hit the cups with a little bit of brake fluid. We put her back together. Put a little bit on here. Push the old cup in. Everything seems good. Put the spring on the other side. Give everything a little dousing with some brake fluid. Put on the other side. Again, we hit the cup. So, I don't know. Technically, this should work. So now we just put her together. Basically, bleed the brakes and see if we win this game here. Yeah. This is okay. Oh, this one's a little finicky. Still got to replace the lines and stuff, but we may as well just slam some fluid in there and see what happens for now. This build is super low buck at this point. Low buck, low budget, no budget. So far we got no dollars in this car. Well, other than purchase price, I guess, but so, hey, now all we gotta do is clean the grease off and repack the bearings, slam her together, throw some fluid in it, see how it goes. Well, at least whoever patched this floor didn't screw a feller over. I mean, granted, it's pretty rough, but let's fill her up and check for leaks. So now I'm just going making my way around, getting all the bleeders loose, to which amazingly I think everything's coming loose on this one. Not sure why I didn't do that when I had them all apart, but I figured everything else came apart, the bleeders were just going to naturally happen. Cool fact, look at these little, you know how your bleeders get full of junk? Well, the old cars, they always had them nuts in there to hold them in place. Kind of cool. So I'm just walking all the bleeders around. So I'm gonna hit that one. I'm gonna hit all the wheels, and then we'll start actually bleeding, starting at the furthest wheel, work your way to the front. So yeah, I'll do this one. I'll crack all of these, and then I'll kind of show you. These cars are super easy to do when you're by yourself. Well, I'm cheating because I have a hoist, but all I do is I end up putting a ratchet strap off the brake handle down to like the spare tire, so I can kind of give it some pumps from underneath the car. And yeah, well, whatever, I'll show you, it'll make sense. Can't tell if I showed this setup. But so there's my brake pedal hooked to a strap down to a tire. So my process is I'll lift the tire up, I will let the pedal go all the way up, pull her back, hook it back in the tire because I'm one-handed. There we go. Let her dangle. Grab my wrench. Crack a bleeder. And repeat. Things you gotta do when you're by yourself. Well, we should see if it'll move, right? Why not? Thanks for seeing you. Well, she's still, that motor's just really wobbly. And I'm kind of guessing it doesn't like running on this chainsaw mix. Gonna see if that head gasket leaks sealed up at all. There is a drain on the block, so what I'll probably do is I'll just fill it with water and I'll see what happens. I guess I'll hook up the rad, and yeah, I don't know what to do with that whole wobbliness. There's nothing, I don't know if you can align something over there where those rubber pucks are. Hey, it works okay. She just dances around a lot. But hey, that's the first time I've had her move, so that's pretty good. Wasn't very glorious, but hey, we will get the rad in her, and we'll keep plugging away little by bit. We kind of have brakes. I kind of gonna need a hand. My bleeding was working, but I don't think I had the patience for it. I want to throw somebody in the car to pump the brake for me. I think it'll happen a lot quicker. I think the little bit I did probably took like an hour. There's some brakes, so not terrible. But let's get a rad in here. And then I can hook up this water pump and stuff. I didn't want this thing spinning all the time because then maybe I'll bugger it up. For all I know, it's going to leak. So, and then I'll get some fresh gas for that. We'll try her again. Well, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Oh, there we go. So, I didn't really go for much of a drive because the bias ply tires, I think I have to wait till it warms up outside because I just get stuck everywhere. I had to go pull it with the general there, had to go pull it down the driveway just so I could drive her in. For some reason, something hanging up when it goes backwards. So I'm going to check the brakes, see if they're adjusted. They must be adjusted wrong or something. And then, because going forward's fine, but backwards it seems like you get about a rotation and then she hangs up. So I'll have to check the shoes. I never really paid attention to it. Maybe somebody put them on backwards. Because, of course, I never looked at it. I just took it apart and assumed. So I filled her with water. And yeah, it seems to be running fine. It's starting to run better. Still, you can get there. When you work and labor it pretty hard, you can tell the valves are there, or the rings or something. I don't know. She's just got to get worked hard a few times here, and I think she'll clear up really nice. The head gasket actually is not leaking at all, so we will play this one by ear for now. The brakes are, they're pretty crappy. They need to be bled. I have brakes, but it's like just near the end, near the floor, so my bleeding scheme works, but doesn't work, so no biggie. It would work, but you'd have to spend a lot more time, and I ran out of patience, and it'll just be quicker for somebody else to give me a hand quick. So I just brought her in quick, so tonight I'm going to lift her back up. I want to pull the rear drums back off, see what's going on in there. And yeah, I almost got to find better tires. I'd like to take it for a raw drive, but I'm just I'm going to get stuck everywhere. Stupid bias plies. Though they do make good burnout tires. But she starts, she runs good. Like I say, had her idling for like a half hour there. No issues. I get all grouchy. So if I got time, I want to do a little bit of messing around on the general there too yet. But I'll save that for another video. So I pulled the wheels. The shoes are the same. So I just backed off the adjusters a bit. And we'll try that out. See how that goes. Should be good now, I guess. So I guess one thing left to do, let's go take her for a boot. Well, that went well. Pretty good. Got stuck in the snow once, but runs good. Brakes are work, yeah, okay. Once I bleed them, they'll be good. So, not sure what else I'm gonna do here. I think maybe I might make some patch panels, but we'll have to see. We'll see what's going on. The kid's got his truck in the shop now, so we'll see how far that one gets and how much I mess around with this thing. Well, I filled her up with, I drained the water, filled her up with antifreeze, seeing how it's not leaking, and I might abandon it outside for a little while, so it's pretty good. I don't have anything hooked up in the car because I'm just running on the, I'm running 12 volt coil, but I haven't converted any gauges, bulbs, nothing. So I have my makeshift ignition down there, and she just comes through, and then one runs the coil, one's the start, and then one just comes off the battery for now. And then once this mixes up, I'm just gonna pop the battery off and good to go. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.